Hey guys, back and we are playing Halo Infinite. Today we're going to be doing a League Loot stream. We're going to be checking out viewership reward for the HCS, but yeah, the event has already ended, so viewership reward is no longer available. What am I talking about? I am talking about the HCS Salt Lake City Major. It was the fourth major of this year and the final major, and there was viewership rewards had you watched it during the live event. We've already checked out one of the viewership rewards, the weapon coding, which was the 6-hour marker. Today we're going to be checking out the final reward, which was the 10-hour viewership reward for watching the main channel, and this is an armor coating. So that is the plan for today. Let's go ahead and check it out. So for the Salt Lake City Major, the viewership reward 10-hour marker was the Ivory Guard armor coating, multi-core coating, so you can utilize it on all your cores. And yeah, this is what it looks like. Pretty cool looking coating, and I don't know, it's got this weird kind of like effect where in certain lightings, in my opinion, it's got like more of a metallic metal look, right, silver look. And then in other lightings, you will see that ivory white look to it. So it's kind of strange, but that's how the coating is, I guess. I kind of would have preferred a more like, you know, just standard ivory look to it, because I was hoping for a clean white coating, at least a free one that I don't have to pay for. And ivory white was definitely an appealing idea. And like I said, this does meet the requirements somewhat, but in certain lightings, it does have a bit of a more metal look to it or silver look to it, right? But you can see the whites even in those kind of scenarios. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through the coatings and go from there. So this is obviously the Mark IV. Yeah, 10-hour marker, you had to have your Twitch and Halo channels linked up and game linked up. Halo and Halo game and Twitch linked up. And if you watch the allotted amount of time, they did change around the kind of viewership kind of system in the last major, and they followed through with the same system in this major. So it was just cumulative time across the entire event. So had you watched 10 hours at any point in time cumulatively over the several days, you would have earned yourself this coating. As mentioned, I already checked out the weapon coating, which was a 6-hour marker, the magma vent weapon coating. I'll link the stream in the description if you guys want to check that out. Also talked about the major in that event, in that stream, at the end of the stream and all. So probably won't talk too much about the major, but maybe we'll briefly do bullet point action at the end or something like that. This stream also. I do like the coating still, like even though it's not exactly the look I was hoping for in an ivory coating, it is close enough and still very nice regardless of. Yeah, they've done a really good job in the last two majors as far as viewership rewards go, and also gone sort of all out, giving a weapon coating and an armor coating as the rewards. So definitely nice that we get both. And as mentioned, both were actually excellent in both majors. So that was a big plus point. Now, if you did miss out on the live event and you are looking to get this coating, I've said this many times over the viewership rewards with Halo, they do second chances all the time. Like just gonna have to keep your eyes out during the community events and stuff that go on. And it's sort of a little bit more randomized when certain rewards are available for the various events that go on through the year. Usually your best bet for the like reward is like, you know, watching the HCS when it's going on. Whereas the community events and other stuff that go on, like, it's not a guarantee that which reward will be the viewership reward for those things. It usually is a repeat reward for those, but which one is always kind of like a toss-up depending on the people kind of like organizing the events. They, I think, have some say and decision along with 343 or whatever. But yeah, they do second chances often. So even if you missed out, I'm sure there will be another chance to get this coding at some point in time. And also the Halo World Championship is going to be happening soon. Early October, first week of October. And I'm almost certain there'll be very nice rewards for viewers tied to that event also. So make sure you catch that if you're into getting some of these viewership cosmetics for your customization action. So yeah, that is the coding. Let's go ahead and jump right in and play some games. Timestamps will be in the description. Queue times are kind of long in this game for me. And I've removed a few of the modes that I really don't like, so there's only a limited amount of modes that I'm queuing into. So queue times might be extra long. So once the stream goes into the archives, if you just want to skip to the gameplay, timestamps will be in the description as mentioned. I'm just sort of going to keep quiet. There's not a whole lot to say between, as I mentioned, I've already sort of talked about the event. I do actually recommend watching the grand finals, even if you know, who, like, sort of already know who's won based on that, right? Spoiler then. It was an excellent grand finals. Really, there was full-on battle between the two teams, Space Station and Optic, and well worth watching. And I'm pretty sure the VOD is on YouTube for the grand finals. Although I'm not totally certain, I haven't checked out the VOD, like obviously, because I had seen it, already seen the grand finals, so I didn't want to check. But the VOD seems a lot shorter, so I'm not sure if the VOD is just the reset matches or what, but there was a full reset that happened during the grand finals. So the actual grand finals was like epic long, because best of 7, then reset, and then another best of 7. Although, you know, not exactly that many games, but plus there's a lot of technical difficulties and stuff like that, which was, from what I understand, a little controversial. So I'm not sure, maybe the VOD cropped out those technical downtimes and it's just the games. I'm not totally certain. But yeah, well worth watching. Even if you aren't going to earn any rewards, it was a solid slug out between the two teams. I took out the BR Slayers from the mode quick play thing, because like my ping is always really high, and I do get into the BR modes regularly enough, I guess, but it's always a bad experience because like half my bullets just ghost in that. So it's like it's extra frustrating playing those modes. But like if it's taking too long to find a match without those, I'll just add them to the queue. Which it might take too long. Like I said, timestamps. But ideally, I think I just want to skip out on playing those BR Slayer modes because it really just is not worth it anymore. All the modes are like going to be extremely high ping for me. But those modes in particular, like it's like, dude, they don't even register my shots with the BR. So I have even less a fighting chance, as is the disadvantage is already there with the like connection, and then doubly difficult when it's only one weapon in my startup, where most of the bullets don't even like count when I'm firing it. They've taken out a lot of the modes from quick play. It seems like a lot of them are missing. They just relocated some of them, or what's going on? Or is it just worded differently so it encompasses several modes? And maybe that's what's happening. They've condensed the quick play playlist maybe a little bit. What's going on with this canceling? Like, this is the second time it's happened where it tries to load me into the game and it just cancels the load in after like making me wait for God knows how long. I was really tempted to just play Firefight for the games because you know, Firefight, if it's lagging and all, it's like whatever, right? Guess. What is this when it's lagging and just doesn't get you into the games and all? It just gets so frustratingly boring sitting here waiting to get into those matches. And then when you do get into the matches, it's like 150 to 300 unstable connection. I've been debating just not covering anymore on Halo, but it's like really want to just finish up the League loot streams for this year. Like these, like checking out, and they have done a really good job with these last two majors as far as rewards go. I think it would have been a lot easier to just like call it quits if like the rewards were ass, you know, but they've done a good job at giving some like solid stuff as like viewership, and even like the celebration stuff, like free sets that they've done this year, like have been all really good, dude. I think they put a lot of effort with this year's kind of like free items, I guess. At least with the HCS, specifically these last two majors. The previous major before that was actually really bad.
Slayer.
Sniper is out.
Lost the lead.
Can't wait to see some headshots. Gosh, that's an intimidating weapon.
Enemy there. Enemy is below us.
way to victory.
Power items inbound. Power items available. Feeling that one tomorrow.
Shields are down.
Obtained.
Double kill.
Power items on the way. We're earning our keep today, Spartan. Left them in tatters.
Team nearing victory. Five minutes remaining.
What a goodie. dot acquired.
In my sights.
A rough start, but we sort of started getting some kills in the second half.
Slayer.
Slay 'em all! No mercy! But a goodie! Drop wall obtained. You're a menace with that scope.
Enemy field's down. Enemy Spartan
They'll be feeling that one tomorrow. Power weapons inbound. Power weapons now available. Nothing satisfies like a 3-round burst.
Halfway to victory.
Lead hostile. M41 Spanker available. Power equipment on route. Power equipment on the field. Active chemical acquired.
Take cover.
Repulsor acquired. Power items on the field.
Good kill.
M41 Spanker available.
Near victory.
Target spotted.
Repulsor obtained.
Five minutes remaining.
In my sight.
Victory.
That was actually a decent connection. I could use the jump pads without warping all over the place. That's first in a long time.
Slayer.
Kill everything that moves and try not to die. Oh gosh, that's an intimidating weapon. Beautiful!
Dude, how, man?
Enemy there. In my sight. Enemy there. Target spotted.
Halfway to victory.
Sights.
Gosh, that's an intimidating weapon.
Off the rack.
Dynamo grenades obtained.
Five minutes remaining.
Shields attack.
Lost the lead.
In my sights. Tango's close.
Transfer gear on the way.
Where the fuck were teammates, man? They were all there and then they just died or what?
Enemy team nearing victory.
Power weapons up for grabs. Snapshot acquired. Translocator available. Oh, goody.
Target spotted.
In tatters.
Got multiple targets.
One minute remaining. Victory.
What a comeback that was. Well, we had the lead for so long and then we lost it. Good game, whatever. Nonsense game, in my opinion, but still, whatever. They've taken out so many of the regular modes. Like Oddball and all, where is that? Over here in this lighting, it does look whitish, right? You got the whiter look to the metal. Oh, they moved arena objective to here, it looks like. That's so weird. Yeah, they really don't know how to like organize these playlists, do they? There should be like a party mode with like Fiesta, Husky Raid, and all that stuff. And then the arena objective and Slayer should be together, dude. Not like separated between. Well, I guess there are a lot of Slayer modes. So. But then why is Husky Raid in Quick Play? I don't get it, dude. Same with Fiesta. Like Fiesta is, I guess Fiesta is a Slayer mode. Okay, so maybe I need to stop playing arena objective. That might be a little bit quicker queue times. I don't know. How is Husky Ray taking so long to find out? Like, I don't get this, dude. And the ping is gonna be awful. But like, how is it taking so long? I thought Husky Raid was like super popular.
Husky Raid. Flag captured.
Lost a teammate.
Hostile stopped. Great aim, Spartan.
Back on. Sneaky's on me. Spartan down. Shotgun's closing in.
Enemy flag returned.
Not good. Ooh, ouch.
Double kill.
Beautiful shot. Eat lead, hostile. An ally took their flag.
Enemy flag returned.
Got rockets.
captured your flag. Defeat.
So yeah, League Loot Armor Coating Ivory Guard checked out. It is the Salt Lake City Major for the HCS 2024 10-hour viewership reward. Played with, somewhat enjoyed, as much as I can in this game, I guess. Let's go through it one last time. It is looking a lot wider in what's it called? In game and in the other lob, like in the pre-game. I think here, I guess certain aspects of it look a little bit more metal, steel. It does look good. It does look good. I like it. I like it. Coding wise. So, I mean, I guess we'll save it 1 minute. We'll go through the coding one last time. I also like the brown strap kind of thing, that like copper brown action that's going on. To accent the coating. So before we do the outro, I guess, like, I already talked about the event, but yeah, congratulations, Space Station. I think this is their third major this year, like, so 3 out of the 4 majors I think they've won. Definitely the last 2 majors they've won. So back to back they went. The team is obviously Eco, Stellar, Legend, Bound, and the coach is Eliminate. So yeah, obviously solid performance by them. Was a little bit controversial, I guess. As mentioned, there was like some technical difficulties that went down that constantly like stopped the game and all that, which I think definitely the Optic players were like put off by those kind of timeouts, technical difficulty timeouts, and unfortunately maybe that had play on their mental. And yeah, unfortunate for Optic, lost to Space Station. I do have to say though, even though Space Station is definitely looking like the team to beat, like they're looking like they're going to be the ones to take the world champion this year, I still think Optic has the potential of pulling the upset and getting that world champion victory. In this particular major, they actually knocked down Space Station into the losers bracket at the very first round of the bracket, the major bracket. So Space Station actually did do a very long run, losers bracket run, to get back into the grand finals, and then had to do the reset against Optic and win that also. So So it was quite the task that Space Station pulled off. But yeah, unfortunately, because of the game's technical difficulties that went down, that did sort of sour the victory a little bit, I think, maybe, from what I've been watching and seeing, like the reactions post-event. But it still doesn't change the fact that, like, Space Station did pull off a very solid run throughout the whole losers bracket, and then pulled off the reset and won. And also, just even though I think it was a little off-putting for like the Optic players, whenever those technical difficulties were going down, I do think for the most part, whenever those issues happened, I think Space Station had already sort of made a comeback or were in the lead, right? So like there was one game where Optic was just slamming Space Station, but they did make already a comeback, and then the technical difficulties went down. And those technical difficulties were like long. So it definitely, like, usually like when you're doing that lower bracket to the championship grand finals thing, right? And then pulling off the reset, the lower bracket team will be already very tired. So having those long breaks with technical difficulties, even if Space Station was already in the lead in those specific matches, was also giving them a little time down to like recoup from what was a long run these last several days, right? So yeah, it was a little bit of a controversial victory, it seems, at the end of it. But that doesn't also change the fact that Space Station's been dominating most of the majors. So as sour as Optic might have been, Space Station took the victory on the reset also, right? And I think the reset didn't have as many technical difficulties. It was just sort of like a wash. But maybe by then, like, Optic was already kind of like checked out based on what was happening in the first set of matches. But like I said, Optic did send them into the losers bracket in the beginning of the major. So Optic still has a strong chance of pulling off the victory in the World Championship. And it should be a good one. Should be a good one. Those of you wondering, the next one, or the World Championship, the big one, is set for October 4th to 6th. And that should also have some solid viewership rewards. I'm actually definitely, more and more I play the game, I'm debating whether or not I should continue playing the game, streaming it, because it's getting hard. It's getting hard to like cover the game. I actually do think, like, I did a first take on it, and even the last stream with the weapons, so I don't know what the hell is going on with the way they're... Right. Before we get into that, let's do the outro, okay? Because I do have some thoughts. So yeah, honestly, cool camo. Event was fun to watch. Grand Finals was epic. Highly recommend checking out the VOD if you missed it. And hopefully if you did miss out on the viewership rewards, there will be second chances sooner or later. Actually, like, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know if they'll do this or not, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to just stack the viewership rewards in the championship series, championship event, the World Championship event, with a lot of the old. So like you have the second chance occurs during the World Championship event, and just have like several viewership rewards, a lot of the old stuff, but then, like, you know, at the correct markers, also have new stuff, right? So I think that would be a cool way to do a second chance on this particular year. But I don't know if they'll do that or not. Even if they don't, like I said, the community has plenty of events, and usually there are second chances for the HCS drops during the community events and all. It's just kind of randomized which drops and when. So you'll have to like keep your eyes peeled if you missed out on this set. So just, man, the way, so I got like super confused because I was like, where are all the objective modes? I'm guessing they're all here now. Yeah, they're all here, looks like. Eliminations here also. Jeez, okay. So I think maybe I need to start just playing this. The arena mode. And then maybe like quick play, I'll just have like thing. I'll just have like Husky raid sorted on it. Okay. Now, what I was gonna say is, man, they need to kind of do a better job. What wouldn't be a bad idea is instead of like the queue up being here, right? Maybe have all these modes listed in their several categories, and then you can sort of just pick and select, and then queue up here, and then it just queues up for all the modes that you've selected in everything. So you can have some in quick play, some in here. Have both, actually. I think ideally both would be a better place to have the search, right? So ideally I can select all these modes from the list here, right? Just quick select a bunch of them in all of these modes, and then just queue up here, and it'll try to search, it'll try to quick match me into anything out of all these modes, right? And then if I want to play a specific set of modes, like I only want to play squad battles, or if I only want to play arena objective, then I can go in here and then quick play here, and then it'll only search in this selected mode. So maybe just have a separate play, quick start search, kind of like, you know, matchmaking somewhere here in the like main menu. That way you can have multiple. I got like super confused. I was like, did they just remove all the objective modes? And I think what they've done is just put Slayer modes and some of these other stuff. And so it's so weird how they've organized things. Like I feel like Fiesta, Husky Raid, and all those kind of things should, like, even maybe like Mini Slayer also, or like Kong Slayer and stuff like that. Those should be like in like its own separate mode, like party mode selection. But yeah, looking like eliminate. Looking, if I want to play Slayer, there's at least the options here. Man, it's so odd. It's so odd what they've done here. But at least they have separate. It was significantly worse when all these actually, now that I'm looking at the objective modes, it was significantly worse when they had all the objective modes also in quick play. So it looks like they did a decent job of separating that. It just confused me that I didn't even realize they hadn't moved it, honestly. Oh, eliminations is... Okay. See, I'd probably want Slayer in this list. I'd want my community Slayer and Arena Slayer while I'm queuing up for the objective modes also. So it is kind of weird how they've kind of like separated these things in ways that just make it that much harder to like, I don't know, man. Because what ends up happening is, as it is, it's got really long queue times. It's got really long queue times that, you know, like it becomes hard to like find the modes that I want to play. So, man, it just gets more and more confusing as they change things around, right? But yeah, in my opinion, have the two options. One where you can kind of quick play, have a bunch of these different subsections selected, and then quick play here, and it'll try to find you something within everything that you've selected. And then a separate one where like you can kind of go directly into that section and have your selected modes and quick play there, and it'll only select from that. I know it seems a little bit extra confusing, have the two places where you can start the matchmaking search, but it is even weirder. Like, this should not be even designated as quick play, honestly, anymore. This should just be designated as Slayer, the way they've removed everything from here. And then, like I said, go even further than that, just have the Slayer category, have the party mode category, I don't mind it, like, I don't mind having Slayer and objective in two separate categories. But like I said, if I wanted to, like, usually if I'm playing just casually, it's not just objective modes that I want to play. I do also want to play Slayer. So, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, now I want to play Slayer. So I just want to get into games quickly sometimes, right? Yeah, this matchmaking thing is still a mess, honestly, the way they've got it. Definitely significantly better than the original, where you had no choice of thing. You just had to queue in for quick play, and it had a bunch of modes. At least now you can somewhat kind of like pick and choose, but still kind of a mess of a system, no doubt. Like, even like, for example, like, if I wanted to play the larger modes, I'd probably want to select between a bunch of big team battle modes and squad battle, just because the queue times in both these modes are like insane for me. Like, they are really long. Like, wait times are too long to find a match. That's how it is for both modes for me, right? So if I was trying to search, I'd just be like, yo, just give me either or, right? Just get me into something. And then again, I think Firefight doesn't need so many separate modes. It could just be Firefight, and then you can select your modes here. So yeah, it just seems like a mess, honestly, the way they've like organized it, and then they reorganize. I was just under the impression they removed all the arena objective modes at that time. I was like, where the hell is it? But I guess it's here. Anyway, that's just a mini rant about the matchmaking. Anyway, as I mentioned, I'm sort of done with the game as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna tentatively check out the league loot rewards for the championship, world championship, and I think there's one more swag bag stream, like with the Hispanic Heritage Month, where there's a kind of like, you know, full set tied to Hispanic Heritage Month, you know, free bundle. So we'll check that out maybe. And then I just don't see myself playing this game anymore. I was gonna say the one thing that was a vast improvement. So my initial, before I cut myself off and did the other stuff, was I did a take one, and in this mode I had like the BR Slayer and like this community BR Slayer and the Arena BR Slayer selected. And I guess those two are pretty popular modes. So it was getting me into those modes, but the ping was so high. And when you just have the starting BR for some reason, it is damn near impossible to like, it doesn't register half your shots. So it was just a miserable experience. So when I switched over to just regular, this Team Slayer and like just Team Slayer, like Community Slayer, right? Arena Slayer. God, there's just so much. It really is a mess the way they've organized this thing. But yeah, when I just switched to the Slayer mode, even though some of the times I had the BR as the weapon, it was still like better. It was a better experience. So I think maybe I just need to not queue into the BR specific Slayer mode, because that was pretty bad. As far as like even like fighting back and all, it just wasn't registering any of my shots and all, and it just became miserable. And I had the same experience last stream, where the first two games were like BR games, and it's like, dude, this is so bad, dude. It's like, I can't play this. Like, my bullets just don't, like, it just takes too long. The time to kill is ridiculous. Half my bursts aren't counting. So yeah, maybe I just need to avoid those modes. I keep making excuses, like, maybe this is the problem, I'll fix it, I'll change, and I'm sure I'll enjoy myself. Still doesn't change the fact that the bulk of my games are like now like unplayable, like high pings, or not unplayable sometimes playable, but just a struggle, right? Just player base, right? It's no longer there in my region. But yeah, regardless, had some decent games actually in this one. Like I said, once I removed that BR thing, it did actually improve the everything. So not horrible yet. And more than likely we will do the viewership rewards for the World Championship, because I do want to get those done before I kind of call it officially the quits on Halo. But yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already, and I will catch you later. Bye. Yeah, the matchmaking system and the way they've organized it is extremely confusing and messy, but I guess at least better than what it used to be.